And now, dear viewers, moving from medicine to art. Warsha Graph Printing Studio is a local-based design and print studio specialized in risograph printing experience for artists and graphic designers. It's the first risograph printing studio in Kuwait, hosting several workshops engaging with intellectual and informative means of art. Let's hear more from the person who built this workshop with our guest, Romain. He's a creative director. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
So, Mr. Romain, first of all, we'd like to hear and introduce yourself to our dear viewers.
So I'm Romain. It's like 14 years now that I'm in Kuwait.
Wow.
And recently, like 2 years ago now, we started to this initiative of risograph printing.
Yes.
It's a technique that I discovered abroad. It's originally from Japan, and I brought the printer from France to Kuwait to please the different artists and graphic designers of the country.
So you mean the risograph, you brought it back from France to Kuwait?
Yes.
That's amazing. So what about the Warsha Graph actually? As we heard, like here we mentioned, that it's the first of its kind in Kuwait.
Yes, so because it's a very particular technique of printing with, so it's a very sustainable printing using oil for the ink and rice paper for creating a master, and it will imitate a very similar experience as a screen printing, with usually something a bit exhausting, using chemical, and it's a bit complicating. So the printer will mechanize the screen printing technique and made it easier.
Yes, so risograph printing, this is basically what you are mentioning now.
Yes, yes.
So you're originally from France?
Yes.
Yes. So is it really easy to have such a printer?
It's not that easy. It's like it's a big machine, and it's required like to buy a lot of different color to have like a panel to be more creative.
Oh, okay.
So it used to have a lot of printer back in time because it's an old technique from the 80s, and in Kuwait they used to have a park of around 2,000 printer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was used in ministries and school, but they replaced little by little those printer by digital printer were easier for color, where you can just press a button to get your printing.
Yes.
Where with risograph, it's like you have to change color. It's like only 2 color by 2 colors, so it's a bit more complicated.
So it's like old-fashioned printer.
Yes, yes.
And it's really amazing that we used to have like more than 2,000, you
yes,
say,
yes,
back
yes.
in 18s?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
But it was mainly used for administrative works like printing tests or printing documents, where now, since 10 years, because of the fact that everything been switch to digital,
yes.
It's been the technique of risography been acquired by the art, improved and acquired by the art community. So worldwide there is a lot of artists and art studio who started to purchase those risograph printing to do their art.
That's
and
amazing. Yes. So only Warsha Graph has this printer?
Yes, in Kuwait, yes.
In Kuwait, yes. So where did actually risograph originate from?
So it's the technique comes from Japan. It's a Japanese printer, and yeah, it was kind of a revolution at that time by the technique of perforating a rice paper and having this type of quality of oil printing.
Oil printing. So what about the colors? It's really like a specific, we have a specific kind of colors or
yes.
any type?
So it will work like a Pantone. So each color, like I can determine what type of color I can put in the machine.
Okay.
And right now we have 7 color. We are acquiring more color soon. They are on the way. We will have 11 color at the end. And like, for example, we can use like fluorescent color, like fluorescent pink like this.
That's amazing.
These are things that we will, a traditional printer will have a lot of difficulties to get. And yeah, this is a collaboration we've been doing with Loyac.
Loyac. Oh, collaboration with Loyac.
Yeah,
Okay.
last month with Al-Andalus. It's Al-Andalus Mall, Loyac and us, and we are organizing workshop
Yes.
where we are introducing people to the printing technique.
Yes.
And they do a mixed media art between collage and drawing, and then we can have those type of
Yes,
results.
I can see it's like mixed from collage, because
Yes.
this is really an old singer, famous
Yes,
old
yes,
Arabic
yes.
Middle Eastern, of
Kulthum.
course, Kulthum.
Yeah.
And I see that you make her wear like a pink sunglasses here.
So that's not me. That's the artists who are coming with like through their
Imagination.
creativity and imagination, and whatever we're explaining of the possibilities were able to be done with the
Yes.
the printer. They are coming with different type of result.
Wow, that's
Yes.
amazing. So this is really like the workshop graph's purpose, that doing
Yes.
some like creative,
Yes,
let's say, artwork.
exactly. Yes, yes, yes. And even more since recently we moved location, and we relocated just behind your studio
Yes.
near Safat Square, something called Safat Studios. And it's like a collective of different artists united around AziadiQ8. And there is in this space like different type of Kuwaiti creator and creative. There is 3D printing, there is a photographer, movie,
Creators, like
movie
say?
creator, music creator, architect, painters, and so
Oh,
on.
it's
So
like a combination
yeah.
of all the artists, all
It's-
type of artists
yes,
in different
yes.
fields. Yeah.
It's an hub, and so we are like kind of on the production side, but we have like some collaboration with some of the artists there.
It's good, like to like brainstorming the ideas, to share your experience. It's really love to
Yes.
have like an artist actually,
Yes.
an art community all
Yes,
around
yes.
you
And there-
from different fields actually.
There is a lot of, we are organizing workshop, and through this studio there is a lot of workshop being organized as well around creativity and those type of things.
So we have like a workshops in the future.
So
Let's say?
this month we have 4 risograph workshops. We have a calendar on our Instagram for people who want to check. We have 2 live drawing workshop where like someone posing and we're drawing it.
Yes.
And in the future we will always carry on with different type of workshop and collaboration with different people and so on.
Yes.
We have an idea of something like mixing like the art with the feeling of yourself. I mean, we have a lot of things in the pipe.
Have a lot
Yes.
of things and ideas as well.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, it's really an old-fashioned, let's say, like the risograph
Yes.
printer, and it's old-fashioned and old, let's say, an art of type of art.
Yes.
We would like to know. We like to introduce actually our new generation, the children, about this type of art. So do you have like a specific workshop for them?
In January we will start organizing more workshop. Actually, all the workshop we're doing are for all ages. I mean, I'll say starting from 10 years old. It's pretty accessible.
Yes.
Doing the collage, we had amazing. We had kids coming for
They're
a couple
having
of
fun,
workshops, and
actually.
they are having fun. Yes.
Yes. So what about the members of Warsha Graph? So anyone can join you?
In which way?
Like the age, the ages.
Yes. We like. I'll say like 7 years old. It can be like. It depends as well of the passion and the taste you have for art. You know, for myself, when I was a kid, I was always drawing, and I was always passionate about that. And kids who are passionate about art are always welcome. When we were doing some collaboration with CAP, we had some kids coming here. We had some kids coming too now in our Safat studios.
Yes.
So it's like, it's always welcome.
They are
If you are
welcome.
passionate, I think it will never be a barrier. The age will never be a barrier.
Exactly. So let's talk about you, Romain. You said that you we're always passionate about drawing and
Yes.
painting.
Yes.
What about this type of art?
As well, it's accessible because it's not necessarily something we require heavy drawing techniques.
Okay.
It might like people who have amazing drawing techniques will do things amazing with it too. But it's something we can fill the gap by doing collage, by doing typography, or using lettering in a nice arrangement and composition. So it's not necessarily something like, yeah, you don't necessarily to be very skilled in drawing to access what we are doing.
Unless you have like a taste of art,
exactly.
you can do it.
Exactly.
So are you doing that as a hobby or a living, or living actually?
It's more of a side thing.
Okay, side thing.
Yeah, it's like I have a main job and I do this on the side.
You are a creative director,
yes,
as you mentioned.
Yes, yes. So I have a design studio. I work with a couple of companies here in Kuwait, and this we did it on the side because myself, when I discovered the risograph, I was feeling it's something who was really missing in Kuwait for multiple reasons. Like, and we started recently as well to print a bit more commercial things, but for restaurant, we started to print menus. Where a good gap, quality-wise, to get a better menu when you have events and things like that. I don't know if I can name brands.
Later on.
Later, okay. Yeah. But we started, like, there is a couple of restaurants who started to do things with us because they do music night or particular event, and they want to have like a nice menu printed with us. Yeah.
So let's say if like a kid or any kind of person, like all ages, would like to print like a drawing as you here,
Yes.
Can I have this one, please?
Yes.
Seems amazing because this is a radio. What is this? A radio and all?
No, that's an old cinema. That's the old Andalus cinema.
I thought it's an old radio.
No, it's an old.
It's amazing.
We used to actually the architecture of the cinema was based on the TV, the old TV.
Yes.
And
the Andalus.
Yes, the Andalus cinema.
Yes, which was built in 1961, I think.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
and you are writing here. The year actually, which is 1961. Here you can see here. So it's amazing, that combination, the blue and red. So let's say if someone have an idea, let's say, so can like join your in Warshagraph to print his or her idea, for example.
Yes.
Can they?
Everyone can come and they can. We do digital print or we do drawing print. So we have two ways of doing it. Some people can come with their computer, or lately a lot of people are doing drawing on iPad, Procreate and so on, and it's a very good way to print the artwork from your iPad in a things who will give you a texture and a feeling, because of the type of printing with like close to screen printing.
That's amazing. So everyone is welcome to your Warshagraph.
Yes, of course.
So what is your advice, Romain, for everyone who has such a hobby, this hobby, or any kind of art hobby?
Being curious of what's happening around you, and being curious of the different techniques and so on. And I think being curious is the best advice I can give.
That's amazing. Being curious and being creative. And join your Warshagraph.
Yes, exactly.
That's really lovely. Thank you so much, Romain, for being here.
For having me.
You are most welcome. Big thanks to our dear guest, Romain Danger. He is a creative director. He actually spoke to us about the risograph, printing, and also the Warshagraph studio. Don't go away, dear viewers. Let's have this tiny little break, and then we'll move on.